Such a beautiful Saturday morning here on the homestead. Nice bright blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. Watching all the squirrels run around. Such a beautiful day. So we're going to walk over to the garden momentarily so we can see what's going on there and see if we have any issues. And I thought I would bring you along. So the first place we're going to come to is the big old cube. In there we have cabbages growing, and we also have a rogue sweet potato vine. When I harvested my sweet potatoes from the cube, I thought that I had gotten all of the vines, but I did not. And in the back you can see that there is a rogue vine growing. But the cabbages appear to be doing well. They're trying to form little heads. In back of the cabbages we have a raised bed by Tramal. In the bed we have more cabbages, and we also have cauliflower. And cauliflower is growing like crazy, and the cabbages are doing good also. I don't see any issues in this bed, although I do see a couple of bees flying around, honeybees, so we're going to leave them alone and let them do their work. Hey, this is my garlic that we planted in a recent video, and all of the cloves have come up. They're doing pretty good. Now I have the drip system on, and we're doing our weekly feeding, so if you hear water running, that's what that is. Carrots in this bed, they are putting on their tops real well, doing good. In this bed, I'm kind of debating, and I may ask you all's opinion. As a matter of fact, I am debating taking these determinate tomatoes out. They were severely damaged during the recent cold that we had here in 9A North Florida. The temperatures got down into the 20s two consecutive nights. And funny thing, I had 6 squash plants. 4 of them didn't do well. 2 of them, nothing really bothered it, and they're still growing real well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take these out or not. What do you guys suggest? Let me know in the comments. This bed also has some mustard plants that I threw in, but I never separated the seeds. So I'm debating if I should take the tomato plants out and just put mustard greens in this bed. I have in a container in Pepper Row a red mustard that's growing in a pot that it should probably come out of and be up potted. So that's one of the reasons for wanting to remove the tomatoes. These are kale plants that I recently planted, and they're doing okay. I have to make sure that they stay moist until they catch, but they're doing good. Here are my Brussels sprouts, and I want to say broccoli here. Brussels sprouts look like you can see the little tiny sprouts starting to form in the angles of the leaves on this side, and the broccoli looks like still has a ways to go before forming anything. Those of you that grow those of you that grow turnips and rutabagas, what's your secret? Because mine look horrible again, and I'm feeding them and doing everything that I normally do for the other brassicas, but they seem to be looking sickly. Any suggestions, ideas? Let me know. In this bed, we have a bunch of cabbages and a few broccoli. Well, no, those are cabbages too. And they're starting to take off and they're doing good. In this bed, we have lots of broccoli. I'm sorry, lots of cabbage. And over on the other side, we have some Florida mustards. And Florida mustards are finally starting to take off, doing good. This is the red mustard that I was speaking of. I planted this sometime during the summer, and it did not look good, but it's starting to look good now. And over in the back over there, we have more red cabbages. We have some leeks in the two large containers back there. We have one squash plant that has a squash on it right here, and in the 5-gallon bucket we have the remaining squash plant there. Now during the cold, I also moved my papaya plant and I had it inside the greenhouse here that you see. All the pepper plants are inside back there. They have been pruned and are being overwintered until spring. The papaya plant, I moved it, as I said, and put it back inside the greenhouse, but it is very difficult to move this because my soil here is very dry. It's not compacted, so it's sandy, and because it's heavy, it sinks. So for the time being, I'm just going to leave it here and make sure that the squirrels, this is what this is, stay out of the bed, because squirrels like to dig. So we're going to go back over to the cube, and we're going to feed the plants that are not connected to the drip system. So that means that the carrots that we're coming up to here will be getting fed, and the plants inside the cube as well. So we're going to put you back on the base of my tripod. So you should be looking at the cube now. There we go. So in my watering can here, we have 2.5 gallons of water mixed with the AgroThrive general purpose feeding solution. And all we're going to do is go between the plants and give them a drench. So come along with me while we go to the carrots. Next, the 2 squash plants. So this has one tiny, tiny, tiny squash plant, squash on it rather. We're going to give it a feeding. Then here we're going to come over to this squash plant. And this is the one that has a real small squash on it. It's not ready yet. I still have some of the solution left, so I'm going to feed these cabbages along here. The squirrels have been digging in my bags here. I can see it. Okay, let's go to the collards and let's show you why I say they need to be harvested. Okay, this bed is made by a company called True Life, and it has 4 different types of collards in it, and it also has a tomato plant. You might be able to see it in the middle, that during the spring and summer I had tomatoes growing in this bed, and I thought that I had removed everything, but apparently I didn't, because there's one growing straight up in the middle. So I'm gonna go to the greenhouse and get my container to put these greens in, and I'm also going to get some shears or pruners, and we're going to harvest some of these collards. I'll be right back. So we're going to start on this side, and the ones that we are going to harvest are the Georgia Southern collards. And I'm just cutting them, the outer leaves off, and trying to leave the inner leaves there. So when I come back to harvest again, the inner leaves will be the outer leaves. That one can go to the recycling. But as you can see, these are some huge leaves. This one is a purple collard, and we're going to harvest some of the leaves of these. Okay, let's see what we can get from up front. Interesting looking spider. Let's throw him away. Trying to be careful not to cut my drip system this time last year, and I did that and didn't know. So as you can see, we have a lot of collards, and I didn't pick as many as I could have. These are going to taste real good. I think I'm going to get a few more. Okay, I think that's enough. And here's our final harvest of greens. It has been a very, very, very good harvest. I'm going to go in and process these. My way of processing them is to remove most of the stems. You can eat the stems, but I prefer not to eat them because it takes a long time for them to cook, and tender greens you don't want to overcook. And then after I remove the stems, I'm going to take a handful of them and roll them up like you're rolling tobacco, and then I'm going to chiffonade cut them. And this is after we have washed them. I fill up my sink with water, and I add some salt to it and a little vinegar, and I clean my greens that way. I do it about 2 or 3 times before I do the actual cutting. So if this is similar to what you guys do, leave me a comment. I'm kind of interested. When I do cook them, I prefer to have smoked meats, preferably smoked turkey, but I'm not going to turn away a ham hock or anything like that. So I want to thank you for coming along while we did this live. I will look forward to doing lives about once or twice a month, maybe 3 times a month. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, stay strong, stay blessed,